Hey guys, what's up? It's Raymond911 here bringing you another video, and today I'm using the Famas. Now this is a really difficult gun to use for obvious reasons. 1,000 rounds per minute. That's a lot of freaking rounds shooting at once. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the fastest firing gun in the game. Now, let's look at the stats compared to BF3. This thing shoots out 25 damage per shot. That's exact same as BF3. Flattens down to 18. That's pretty much the same. And I think it dies down at the same parts. Drop off is 55. Drop off is 50. So it's pretty close. 5 meters farther than you used to. And then you look at the recoil. This is where I was really surprised. The way to me it felt, I thought the recoil was a lot easier to maintain and manage. Turns out they raised it. Both the first shot multiplier is like exactly the same. It's 2.5. It used to be 2.6. That's not too big of a difference. And then the recoil, like vertical recoil, has been raised. It's 0.4 instead of 0.35. So it raises more. Plus the side-to-side recoil is more. It pulls a little more to the right and it pulls more to the left. It just pulls. Everything has been pushed a lot more. But I guess what I did not feel and was this difference is look at the ADS. The ADS on this gun is insane. Let's go back here and look at the BF3 stuff. BF3, this thing was one of the most inaccurate guns in the game. The AEK had better accuracy than this. But if you look over here, it's way closer than it used to be. It's only 0.05 off. I think the ADS is 0.25. That's really accurate. And this thing, you can take out people, and you can see when you're shooting it. It's hard to burst fire. I try to burst fire, tap fire, and it's hard to get within that 5 to 6 rounds per burst like you should. I end up doing like between 7 and 8. And then if there's a guy far away, I try to get 5 to 6. You should be doing 3 to 4. But just gun 1,000 rounds per minute is a lot. That's hard to control. But anyways, this gun is, I think, so good at close quarters. If you're using a shotgun, try using this gun. You will beat other shotgun players. This thing will mow down people. I mean, I have clips at the beginning. I don't know if you're seeing. I was just mowing down people. A lot of these guys had shotguns. They had tubes. They had XM25s. They were Bipod Pro on their LMGs. They had the AK-12. Some guys were sniping. Like they were using the bolt action for some they call aggressive reconning. And I was just mowing him down. And this thing just is unbelievable in close quarters. I kind of started using it as a joke. I was like, oh, I'm just going to throw this on. I remember how fun it was to run a BF3 and just mow people down and bitch, have them whining at you about the gun. I actually had this when I had this recording, this gameplay. I have way better sights. I was using the sights like yesterday because I just started using this gun a couple days ago. And it was instant success. I was like, holy cow, I think I went 28-0. 28 kill streak with this gun. All I did is put a red dot sight on it. That's it. And I didn't even have it at first because I was running around. I was literally hip firing, and this thing has like one of the best hip firing guns in you can run with, like for assault rifle. It's one of the best hip firing. The only other guns that are close to it has to be the AUG and the QBZ, which are both bullpup design, and this thing just destroys those two in close quarters. They're only 700 rounds per minute, and the other one's 650. That's really slow compared to the freaking 1,000 rounds per minute. Now, this is one statistic I want to look at, and I think it's been changed, and it looks like it has, is the reload time is much faster. It's ridiculous. It's 2.8 seconds instead of 3 seconds. You're like, oh, what about that 2.2 seconds? Well, that's a lot. That's a hell of a lot faster reload time because it used to be like 3 seconds, and you're like, oh, it's not much longer. Well, this is the thing. I'm not really too worried about that. The Famas, who seriously reloads in the middle of the round? I know I never did. I'm always hitting that long reload time because you just blow through all your ammo. Now this is where it's really interesting. This is where I got a big buff. Is the long reload time is 3.9 seconds in BF3. BF4 it's 3.5. That's about 0.35 seconds. That's a quarter of a second. Third of a second. You have. It's faster. So that's why I was like, well, you can feel it. I wasn't getting shot in the back as much at this thing while I was reloading. I mean, I wouldn't be mowing down 3, 4, 5 people, and all of a sudden I'd be stuck reloading. You know? That's what happened to me. I'll mow down like 3, 4 people, and all of a sudden I'll get just shut down and shit on because I have to reload. I mean, the reload time is don't forget, it still blows. It's one of the slowest reloading assault rifles in the game. If not, I think it's the slowest. The one that's the second slowest, I believe, is the AUG. Or the SAR. I think it's a SAR. It's empty. Yeah, it's the SAR, and then the short reload is the AUG. Is right there. The Famas is still the longest reloading assault rifle in the game. Only the QBZ is like right there with it. I think it's just they're tied. They go back and forth. So if you're using a bullpup, their strength is not reload time by any means. I still think M4 is the best reload time in the game. It's a really easy gun to use. But anyways, let's go back to the Famas. What you have to do is, you see, I'm taking some people out in the fast, like really at long range. Not too much because this thing is hard to use. But I can take them out in like one magazine, which is kind of sad to say, but you can do it. You can. Sometimes if I'm really lucky, you can take them out in 15 rounds if they're about 20, 30, maybe 40 meters away. Right around there. Anything above that, I would just. If you saw most of my gameplay on this map, this is all within one round, by the way. I did not go outside because this thing was just atrocious at long range. I was just like, I do not want to be shooting the sniper with this gun. I mean, the suppression is not like it was in BI3 where you can just shoot a bunch of rounds at him and he's like, oh shit, I gotta run away because I can't hit him. The bullet deviation was terrible. Now it's like the snipers just, they don't give a shit. They stare at you down and they'll shoot you. I got shot in the head a couple times by doing that. So I just try to bear away from going longer gauges. This thing excels 30 meters or closer. You will tear any other gun up, even a shotgun. You can just take shotguns out, anybody out with this gun. It's crazy. I've had times where I thought I was dying. I didn't think I was going to make it out, but then all of a sudden I killed like 2, 3 people, and then they drop me. So I'll drop like one guy, I'll drop the other guy, and then I'll drop another guy, while they're all shooting me. This is the only gun in the game I can do that with. It's nasty how it just mows people down. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you try to line up your kills, a lot of people run together. I don't know if you know that, but there's tons of people who run together in this game. It reminds me of Killing Floor. I love to do that. Just stack them up, line them up, and just boom, 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 and you can shoot the same guys with the same bullets, and the bullets will go pass right through them, and you shoot the other guy, and you kill both of them at the same time. I love doing that to people. That's when some people get raging. We all love that, don't we? But anyways, Famas, close quarter combat gun. Now, we may be, well, Ringo, what attachment were you running? Well, in this I was running the stubby grip laser sight, but I don't have some newer gameplay when I start unlocking more things. And what I recommend is I found the holographic sight was really easy to manage the recoil. I was actually taking people out at longer range. I was taking people out easier at longer range, and the recoil was just a lot easier to manage. I'd recommend a holo sight. I haven't tried the Coyote yet. I haven't unlocked it, but I imagine that'd be good too because the field of view is bigger and it feels a little more compact and you can't feel the recoil. This one you really feel the recoil and it's really hard to control, but you can still do it. It's just more difficult. I think the holo sight is much easier to control the recoil. Next attachment, we'd be like, oh, would you want a heavy barrel? Would you want a suppressor? Would you want to have something else, a muzzle brake? I ran the muzzle brake. I just unlocked the suppressor. I don't know if I'm going to want to use it. I may try it out for a little bit because I didn't notice that I'd get myself in some bad situations where people were running after me when I had was by myself. And I was like, oh no, it could find me. So I think this thing could tear people up. Because it's not a really long-ranging gun. It's a close-quarter gun. I hope that I might have tried it out and I might put it up. Because I have 5 kills away from getting that suppressor. I'm really close. So I have 155 kills or 60 kills. I don't even know where you get the suppressor. I think it's 160. I have like 155, 154, something like that. So I'm getting really close to getting that suppressor. I might put a video up if it's like an amazing attachment. You must all run it. I'll probably put that out there, but I don't know if it's going to really make the gun that much better. But I'd say definitely something to lower recoil, suppressor or muzzle brake. Suppressor might be better. Like I said, I haven't run it yet, but I think that could actually turn this gun into probably the best close quarter gun in the game. Next, Be like, well, what kind of grip would you want to run? Would you want to run that angle grip? Would you want to run the stubby grip? Or you want to run some type of, like, potato grip or something for the accuracy bonus? Well, I found it really easy. Is that first shot multiplier just is crazy with this gun. Like I was saying, in the stats, it's the second highest in the game. It's 2.5 multiplier. For the assault rifles, that is. The second highest first shot multiplier. It's 2.5. The AEK is the only one to best it out at 3. Now, if you angle grip, it lower by 33%. I think it turns to more like 1.8 or 1.6 something around there, and it's much easier to control. It's be like shooting a SAR, which has like no freaking recoil. But we all know the vertical recoil is what gets you. The SAR has 0.1, and the Famas has 0.4. So obviously, after you start shooting and get into it, it's going to be much worse. But you'd have pretty much a first shot multiplier as SAR, and that thing just is nasty how it sets up. So I would run a Famas holographic sight. Must have. The thing is so easy to control recoil. Muzzle brake or some type of suppressor, and then that angled grip. And I think you can mow down anybody in the game with that setup. That you would be set. And this gun, I think, is seriously the best close quarter gun in the game. I thought the AAK was nasty before I tried this thing out. This thing seriously has brought the close quarter thing into like another level. I didn't think it was gonna get this much of a buff. I guess I seriously think best close quarter gun in the game. So give it a try. Try out the Famas with the setup I just gave you, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, peace out.